Hello and welcome back to Fallout 4. We are still at the Oberland station and we are going to start building up the settlement a little bit better. My plan for this is kind of like making like a walkway for my guards to go around the whole settlement. I'm going to have to move some stuff out the way while I do this, so I'm going to have to kind of get rid of some of these turrets and then put them back a little bit later. So at this point, I'm going to start with putting all the flooring down, and I'm going to be using stuff from different DLCs. I do have all the DLCs downloaded. You can still do this stuff with the basic game settlement building attributes, structures, whatever you want to call them. But I'm going to kind of change it up a little bit because what I'm going to attempt is sort of make it almost look like a raiders outpost. It just kind of fits into the game a little bit better than trying to make everything look perfect. And it's been a while since I made a settlement this way, a few years at least, 4 or 5 years, something like that. And I haven't done it on the Xbox Series S or the PS5. I've only done it on the PS4. So I don't think there's gonna be much of a problem. I think we're gonna be fine doing it on here. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of switch between the different flooring. I'm going to use a lot of half flooring, quarter flooring. I'm going to have to use a lot of steps and a lot of ladders because of the height difference between the box carts that I put in. I didn't really want to make all the box carts the same level either because, once again, it's a wasteland. And I'm pretty sure that people are going to want to have something that works efficiently instead of looks pretty. Before I start speeding this up, I'll just show you this real quick because this is one of the more outrageous kind of gaps that I'm going to have to deal with throughout this whole setup. So yeah, I'm just going to take a quarter of flooring. I'm going to put it on the top of the orange box car like I said I was. And then I want to put a ladder that connects from the flooring on the top of the orange box car to the flooring on the blue box car right underneath it. And there you go. So that's how we're going to bridge this. I'll probably put some, I'm probably going to put some more flooring here. And I'm purposely sort of making it almost look like something like Raiders would make. The more like homemade that it looks, the more kind of like random that it looks. The more immersive, quote-unquote immersive, it looks for the game. So I sped this part up enough to where you can actually still kind of see what I'm doing. Pretty much what is happening here is I'm just going through all the top of the box carts. I'm setting all the flooring up. And then once I'm done with all this, I have some of the flooring that's going over the larger buildings. And then once I'm done with all this, I'm going to put the handrails in. So that's what we're going to be starting to do right now. I think what I'm going to do for the handrails, at least partially, is I'm going to go into the cement or the concrete structures, and I'm going to go and I'm going to get the steel railings, and I'm just going to kind of adjust the sizes that I need for the type of flooring that I have. Like these half floors, they like the little 3-pronged railing that has almost like a hook that goes into the bottom of it. They just seem to click really well for some reason. With some of this like down the whole guardrail, I'm going to use one of these bigger guys, and I'm going to put a couple of them on each side. And I'm also on top of using the metal railings so that you don't kind of like fall off or whatever while you're kind of going across this whole section. I think eventually I'm going to put some manned defense up here. So so in my vision, I'm going to have guards that are walking across all these box cars. I'm only going to have maybe like 2 or 3 guards tops. And that's after I have the rest of the settlement kind of set up. Well, that's kind of my plan. And you know how good plans go with this game. Sometimes they work, sometimes they really don't. But I'm going to try it anyway. And but anyway, as of right now, I'm just going to put some of the guardrails in, and yeah, we'll go from there. So while I'm speeding through this, you'll see sooner or later I'm going to use wood instead of the steel rails, and I'm just trying to give it a little bit more, I guess you can call it a flavor, to look more like the wasteland. Now that that's done, we can actually run through pretty much the whole settlement if I did this correctly. But we'll check that out a little bit later. Next thing I want to do is I want to close off these box cars so that, one, we can't get enemies climbing through the back of them, and two, I do want to make these box cars into either housing or stores for this settlement, so I do have to kind of patch them up. I'm going to use a little bit of the basic stuff that comes with the game, with the settlement building. I'm going to use some of the concrete stuff that comes with the Wasteland Workshop DLC, I believe it is. I'm probably going to use some stuff from the Contraptions DLC. Mostly just maybe a few versions of stairs or something like that. I'm also going to use some Far Harbor stuff and some Nuka-Cola DLC stuff as well. So if you're seeing what I'm doing, I'm making some of these little wall openings and patching them up with wood structures, steel structures, cement structures, etc., etc. I did notice that if I use like barn walls or the warehouse walls, the walls are tall enough to almost be like a wall for the bottom there, and then a secondary like guardrail on the top of the box car. So that might save you some time if you don't want to put all the guardrails up, or not as many as I did if you're going to try to make something similar to this. Yeah, this piece of cement really doesn't want to go in too well, does it? All right. Well, we'll just throw the barn thing in there. That works for me. And yeah, you can see that there's a little bit of a gap on top there, but that's okay. It's just gonna be like another guardrail. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to close up these box cars with either other parts of the box cars. I'm wondering if I can squish some of the smaller box car, I guess, end caps into the box cars. If I can't, then that's fine. I will just use some more regular walls to close them up. But yeah, let's check this out real quick. Which one's closed? This one is. And it's definitely not going to fit there. Okay. Alright. Well, I guess I'm going to be using some walls. And I think I'm just going to, I'm going to use, I need to get rid of part of this. I gotta get rid of that wood too. I have one too many floor pieces down there. So alright, that one went in place. There's a bit of a gap, but I mean it's alright, I guess. I don't think enemies are gonna be able to get in there. And so I guess I can use the warehouse walls. I gotta get rid of this piece of floor here. And let's try a warehouse wall, or let's see if okay, that works. Alright, I guess that's what we're going to do then. And then when I get to like a larger opening, I'll probably use one of the boxcar end caps. But other than that, I'm just gonna use some walls, and I'm just gonna seal these up that way instead. I really want to try to get this boxcar end cap or whatever in one of these spots. I do kind of like the extended boxcar instead of just like the regular one. All right, that works for me. Yep. There it goes. All right, well, I mean, it's blue and orange, but that's fine. That just gives it character, I guess. For these, yeah, I'm gonna have to seal this one up with just a regular wall. And I'm gonna probably do that with the rest of them because I don't think I left enough gap in between the other box cars to do that. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that real quick. And I think I'm gonna pretty much end the video here. I'm gonna put some of these turrets back in place. And it looks like I still have some guardrails I have to put up too in this section. So I'm gonna throw some turrets where they need to go. And because I have a handful of them just kind of like, I mean, I pulled them off the top of the box car, so they're just kind of going back in place. And I'm gonna finish up the guardrails. And I think that's gonna be pretty much the rest of it for this video. I don't want to make this video too long. 20 minutes I think might still be a little bit too long, so well, let's try 15 for the next couple of videos, see how that goes. Anyway, with that said and done, I'm pretty much done at this point. And there's definitely going to be a third part to this. There might even be a fourth part. But anyway, thanks for stopping by again and checking out my build that's going on here. In the next video, I think I'm just going to start putting in power, start decorating the rooms. And I really do got to get a guardrail up here. Probably going to take care of that real quick. I don't know how I missed this whole spot. I'm probably not going to record that either. I'm just going to do that real quick, and we'll get back to this place in the next video. All right, you guys have a good evening, afternoon, or morning. Bye now.